Welcome back, Aggies. I'm Professor Sterling Bone, Professor of Marketing and Sales in the John M. Huntsman School of Business. And I'm honored to have as my guest on Who's Hiring Aggies today, Amy Venezia, Director of Employee Development at North American Plastics. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you, Sterling. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Tell us a little bit about you and your journey into North American Plastics.
Sure. I started off in a very similar position as your Aggies that may or may not be tuning in today. And I went to school out in Maryland and I was a marketing student. And I got a little taste of sales through a couple sales classes and sales competitions and was hired right into North American Plastics in 2013. So I am in my 8th year, which is wild. And I had the distinct honor of starting in sales, inside sales, then outside sales. And now, as you mentioned, I'm the Director of Employee Development. So I now handle recruitment for our 115 locations in the US and Canada. And I also handle employee onboarding, sales training, leadership training. So I've kind of come full circle, and now I'm able to work with other students and other generations of new hires, really kind of coming through the same path that I did.
That's fantastic. And we've been excited to have you be part of so much of our programming and activity here in the Huntsman School. You've been directly influential in ushering a lot of Aggies into North American Plastics. For those that don't know North American Plastics, maybe tell us a little bit about what you all do.
Sure. I'll say first and foremost, NAP does not make plastic water bottles. So let's get that misconception out of the way. So NAP is really neat. What we do is called industrial distribution. So we don't make the plastic, but we distribute the plastic. So we are working with customers, B2B sales, day in, day out. And the types of products that we sell go into all sorts of industries, but to give you a highlight reel, medical plastics, your knee and hip replacements. We work with aircraft companies, aerospace, so literally things going into space, but also your commercial aircraft carriers, lots of print signage and graphics. And really in the last year, in 2020, our focus has been COVID applications. So a lot of those clear plastic face shields, the safety barriers you might see in your grocery stores or in the libraries on campus. And it's really been quite a challenging, but really exciting last year to be a part of the plastics industry.
That is fantastic. And we've seen this growth of this organization, like I said, with the students that have gone to work at North American Plastics. What are the types of roles that a recent grad or soon to be graduate would be looking for at North American Plastics?
Great question. Sales, sales, sales. So inside sales and outside sales, and as well as internships. So we do have a good handful of internships available this year, which we're really excited about. And to jump forward, we have a lot of Aggies that are also in management positions now, which is really cool. So fresh from college, go into that sales role, really exciting, dynamic, no 2 days the same, have a lot of fun, really cool customers. But then, ultimately, we're looking for students who we see management potential and leadership potential. And we seem to really hit some home runs when it comes to our Aggies. So we're excited for the next group to come through.
And for our students that are, sales oriented, this is clearly that type of an opportunity. But for our students that maybe are on the fence, right, that are thinking, sales maybe isn't my thing. I may be thinking more about marketing or finance or something along those lines. Why should they consider or reconsider the opportunities at North American Plastics?
Yeah, it's a good question. I actually was reading an article yesterday, Sterling, that said fastest way to CEO or fastest path to CEO. I thought that's a really interesting headline on LinkedIn. Let me click on it. And it said sales. And I thought that was actually really interesting. So there are so many people in leadership, in management. My role now as a recruiter and a trainer, that's a little bit more of like an HR or even marketing role. There are so many people that do get to explore lots of other careers. And really the quickest way to get into some sort of a leadership role is usually through sales. And that's really true here as well. So if you're on the fence, I would just encourage you. I was on the fence too. And I actually really didn't know if sales was going to be the place. And if you just like working with people, solving problems, if you're excited about the product that you're selling or the customers you're working with, if you've got the right team, sales can be such a fun and exciting career, can make a lot of money, which is always good. But it's also a really great path to other items as well. If you do decide you'd like to continue exploring marketing or finance, moving into those roles in the future are absolutely possible. And in the meantime, sales is just a really fun place to start.
That's a wonderful answer. And again, I would encourage our students to keep their mind very open that sales is not what you think it is. For those that don't know a lot about sales, to look at that from a consulting, problem finding, problem solving type cadence of what you do day in out, day in, day in out. And you love, if you love to work with people, it's an opportunity to really engage and really connect. So let's speak a little bit about the specific kind of attributes and things that you're looking for as top candidates coming out of the Huntsman School for roles at NAP. What are you looking for?
Okay, I'm looking for, again, because it's in the context of sales, I'm looking for people who are confident and kind of just that quote unquote sales shark personality, which to define would be really motivated, really driven, shows up early, puts in the work, asks tough questions, tries to make themselves better. For us, we work a lot in team sales environments, and that's a little bit unique in most sales organizations. So really somebody who's a part of a team, who likes to be engaged. Being outgoing is a great personality trait, but also you got to be a really good listener and figure out what does the customer actually want and need, and pay attention to those and be strategic and find value propositions for that. So I would say somebody who's just ready to take the leap of faith and ready to talk to people and ask really good questions and be a really great listener. And then one more thing, which is why I think we make a good pairing, is really, I'm just looking for good people. I mean, when I say that, I mean your heart. I want your heart to be good. I want your intentions to be good. Ethics in sales and ethics in business is really important to us. Leadership traits and good managers and good teams, and just kind of being that well-rounded person. I want your, moral direction to already be pointing north. And we can give you all the tools and resources to be a really great leader and a really great salesperson. And so if you can come in with just some of those core personality traits, we can teach you all the technicals, but if you come in with that base, you're absolutely going to win.
For our students, as I've worked very closely with North American Plastics over a number of years now, it's been really for me quite meaningful to see that the core values of North American Plastics align very much with the pillars of the Huntsman School and what we pride in terms of ethical leadership and all the different elements of values. But maybe speak to that, because I think a lot of our students are thinking about the cultural fit. Culture's important, right? And yet when they talk to various companies, everybody's going to say, hey, we have a great culture, right? Our values are amazing. What would you speak to in terms of North American Plastics culture and the values that you possess?
That's such a good question, and I think you're right. There's a bit of trepidation when you're interviewing. Again, I was there. I interviewed with so many companies, and I got the pitch from recruiters, like people like me. And you go to somebody's homepage and you see their core values, but do they really live that every day? Is that actually really significant to the company? Do they actually care? And that's something where you take a bit of a leap of faith. And I took that leap of faith with North American Plastics, and I've seen it every single day, day in, day out. It does matter to us. Some of our core values, we have several, but the most important is honesty and integrity, and just doing business with honesty, doing what's best for the customer, doing what truly builds their business. If we help our customers be successful, we too will be successful. But if we do something that trips them up for a quick sale, I mean, that's just the worst type of salesperson, and nobody coming out of Utah State will ever do that. But really thinking about embracing those core values. Even I've had personal circumstances where, I've walked away from a sale because I didn't feel like the person I was working with was ethical, or the application was ethical, or how that company did business didn't align with our core values. We do that as a corporate office as well. we partner with suppliers who also have similar ethics and morals. So you'll see that day to day when you come over and you work for us in an internship or a full-time, that we really encourage those decisions to be made based on that grounding. And then culture, that's certainly a part of the culture. And then in addition to that, we have a little bit of fun. So we really do. We have a little bit of fun. And we have a good time with our customers, and we have taco trucks that pull up and, feed a whole office, and barbecues and potlucks. And, again, it's such a team environment. So it's really not as that typical, you're a solo sales rep and it's you against the rest. And you're clawing for what you can get. It's really, what can we accomplish as a team? How can we do this ethically and morally? Everyone wins. And how can we work together to be really profitable and to really come away happy as salespeople?
Well, thank you for sharing that. You've mentioned a couple times internships and full-time. Could you maybe go into a little bit more detail of what the internship program looks like?
Absolutely. So our internships are typically about 12 weeks. We can work with you if you got classes or online classes. As far as hours, and it's full time, which is pretty nice. We want you to feel like you're a member of our team, and you're coming, and this is a taste. If you were to come work for us, this is what it would look like and feel like. So I promise you won't be organizing a sample room. You're going to be selling, which is what's really unique. So again, we have 115 locations. I'll have Sterling, direct any inquiries as to specific locations for this year to our team here, but really it's going to look the same anywhere you go. So you're going to do a little bit of inside sales in the beginning, a whole lot of training. In pre-COVID, you would get to hang out with me in Dallas. We'll be doing that via Zoom this year. And so we'll do kind of your first week as an intern together. You're meeting the other interns. We're doing sales training. We're doing a company overview. We're role playing. We're talking about our NAP sales process. And then you're going to start in inside sales, lots of shadowing, working with some mentors locally, setting up some goals and some projects with your manager there. And then by the end of the summer, the goal is to also have you experience outside sales. We want you to see what it's like as an NAP sales rep to sit down with a customer and tour a facility and touch and feel applications in your hand. So it's really meant to prepare you, essentially your whole path with the company, and maybe those 12 weeks of what your path could be if you came to work for us full time. It's paid, which is great, $15 an hour. And we also do set you up with housing because you are typically leaving the state to go to your internship. We'll make sure you have housing and a means to get around the area with a car as well.
Wow, I'm ready to sign up, and I'm sure our students are pretty excited. And the full-time opportunity is similar in terms of the onboarding and cadence that way. Maybe speak a little bit in terms of a full-time, what that looks like in the early stages of that role.
Yeah, you're right. It really is a very similar path. So in the same way, I have the honor of doing the new hire onboarding, which is really great. So what that typically is a week here in our Dallas corporate office, and you're meeting the other student hires, and you're meeting folks from maybe a few from Utah State and a few from other universities as well. You're all kind of in that same stage. You're new. You're from a sales program. You're ready to roll. Let's talk products. Let's talk what it looks like to be a rep for us. And really doing sales training and onboarding. And then we also take a look the following week at manufacturing. So like I mentioned, we don't make the plastic, we sell it, but it is important to see plastic get made. So that's a lot of fun. We kind of go on a little road trip together and see a few manufacturing plants. And then again, typically our reps do start in inside sales. And once they have a really good grasp of what they're talking about, because that can take a little bit of time, then we really set you loose on your own, and that's more of the outside sales role.
Again, Aggies, there's amazing opportunities, and the cultural fit is certainly there in terms of who we are as Aggies and how we share this family of NAP as part of our incredible extended corporate partner mix. And so thank you so much, Amy. If for students that want to engage further and to explore internships and full-time opportunities, how can they reach out to NAP?
Okay, a great thing to do is come follow us on LinkedIn. That's a great first place to start. So North American Plastics, and then feel free to connect with myself as well. And in order to formally apply for internships and full-time, your contact will be Kelly Richards. She's on our recruitment team, and she'll get you set up with your interview. Down the road, we'll get you connected with the manager of that specific location and take it from there.
Thank you, Amy, so much for sharing this opportunities and for being part of the Huntsman School experience. So thank you today.
Thank you, Sterling. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.